know.
All right. Let's see. Looks like we're live in some sort of group. Hopefully it's the right one.
We're in some religious group.
Yeah, some rando group. Yeah. Good stuff. All right. Let's see. Just going to double check the feed real quick.
Yes, my dad says he sees it.
He does? Awesome.
Hi, Dad.
All right.
Hey,
All right.
somebody say something.
Woot 16.
Yeah, awesome. Good stuff. All right, it looks like we're in. So, just grab my list here. All right. So first off, on behalf of our Clown Appreciation Society, thank you for joining us. We are super excited to have you. I think you're probably fastly becoming everybody's favorite. You know, I think you might even be giving David some competition. I'm just gonna put that out there right now. So thanks for joining us. I think I think you're definitely become, like I said, a fast fan favorite. So
I just want to thank you both for having me here. I'm very excited.
Yeah.
So,
Of course.
yeah, let's do this.
Yeah.
Everybody's interested in the new kid on the block.
That's for sure. Yeah, 100%, 100%. So we'll probably ask you a few questions just to get started. The first question that we've asked everybody so far is, when will Terrifier 2 be released?
And we know you know Elliott, so
Yeah.
come on. Time to be cool now.
Not time to cool up.
Unfortunately, I do not have an answer for you. I don't have an exact answer for you. And I feel like if I even knew, it would probably be best for Damien or the producers and just to release that information. I don't know.
Yeah.
Next year probably.
Yeah. So what are you working on now? What are you kind of working on now?
Well, I am still going strong with my YouTube channel. I've been working hard on writing music too, behind the scenes, recording on GarageBand. So I mean, it's nothing much, but hopefully someday, I can release an album. And also, I am working on a project that's a voiceover. I can't really. He's going in the other room, but I can't relate to all I know. I signed a few NDAs and stuff, so I can't really talk much about that. But I can just say that voiceovers, major streaming platform, and it's cool. So
awesome. Do you like that type of work?
I love everything. I love any work.
Yeah.
Okay, right. But acting is definitely very exciting and probably my number one. So.
Fantastic. So kind of how do you stay upbeat and excited in a pandemic? I mean, this is a new experience for everyone, right? So
yeah, it is very bad and very sad what's going on, but I mean, you just gotta look at the positive things. I mean, I'm just gonna still continue working hard, and we go out on hikes too. We go out on a lot of hikes. So when we go out on hikes and nature, and we go on walks and stuff, it makes me in a good mood. Puts me very positive. It makes me very happy to feel alive, especially what's going on. So I mean, obviously, social distancing while hiking, and also writing music, and I have to keep my brain occupied, or else I'd be, I'd be in the dumps right now. So
yeah, for sure. Yeah, good advice for everybody, right?
Yeah.
I know Carrie was dying to ask this next question, so she has it up on screen. I'm gonna see if she wants to.
What was the funniest thing that ever happened to you on the set? If it's a spoiler, that's okay. Go ahead.
There was a lot of funny moments that happened behind the scenes and stuff, but I'm gonna go with late at night. We filmed at a lot of crazy hours, and sometimes Damien is like a little delirious. So like we'd be in between filming, so we look over at him, he'd be like, and he looked very tired, and he's like doing makeup or something. And I always thought that was very, very hilarious. and every single time. But that's probably, and then also the ghost experiences were pretty funny too. So
Ooh, well, that was the next question. So you just gave us a segue. So what were the ghosts all about in that house?
I mean, I've talked about it in the past, but we in our room it said in memory of that we were sleeping in, that my father and I were sleeping in, and one night we went in there and we were gonna go to bed, and the light was on, and I said, "Okay, it's time to go. Let's just go to bed now." And then the light turned off.
Oh, wow.
Bam. So that was one of the crazy experiences that happened with ghosts. But there
Wow.
was, yeah, and then there was another experience when the light turned off. We were in Olga. She's one of the crew members, and we went in there to get one of our shoes or like costumes or something, and the light turned off right when we turned it on. It was like, no, light off. So that was
Wow.
pretty scary.
That's
But
crazy.
yeah,
Wow.
That seems to be a common thing with so far from what I understand, with the locations that were shot at. I mean, if you think about like the catacombs from the first one, I know that there was a lot of things going on down there. We heard stories about them being recording that, and then all of a sudden they hear all sorts of things above them, but there's nothing supposed to be above them, and then they're hearing sounds. And so it seems to be like shooting at haunted locations is part of the gig, right? I mean, that's the way it goes.
Hey, we'll take it if it works.
and
Yeah.
also, what's the thing with ghosts turning off lights? Like, why do they of all things like lights?
Yeah, right.
You want to
Ooh.
conserve energy, I guess.
Yeah. So, obviously kind of a new character for this movie. So can you tell us a little bit about your character in Terrifier 2, and how does he either differ from you, or what kind of similarities are there between you and the character, if any?
There's actually a lot of similarities. I mean, one of the main differences is that I don't have a sister, but I've always wanted a sister though. So I mean, that's pretty cool. So I have like my on-screen sister, Lauren, and
Yeah.
but also, I mean, the similarities. I mean, music fan, horror enthusiast. I mean, it goes pretty well, and the way I act in real life, pretty similar to Jonathan as well. So
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot of similarities actually. So it was actually a very easy role for me to play.
Hmm.
So yeah.
Are there any differences?
Yes. I mean, I go to school, but also, like I mentioned before, I don't have a sister in real life. So, I mean, it was very cool to get into that and have a sibling. Sibling. I said sibling. It's cool to have a sibling, and that's that's the main difference. Apart from everything else, seems very similar to me. Yeah.
Okay, during a recent interview, we learned from Damien that you had told them that regardless of whether or not you got the role, you were still a huge fan. He then went on to say absolutely that you crushed it, the audition. But what is it for you guys that drew you into the movie?
I mean, we are straight up horror fans. I love all the classics. I love horror movies in general and just horror. We've gone to horror conventions for years and years and years. And when we saw on Netflix that there's this clown terrorizing people, we're like, this is going to be awesome. So we watched it, and the clown, Dave, played incredible. All the actors played incredible. And it was a brutal, crazy movie. And that
What
got
did
me
you do when
excited.
what did you do when you sawed her in half? What was your reaction?
I was pretty blown away. When that scene was happening, I kind of turned the other way because I got a little, I don't know if I want to throw up right now.
We
So
all
yeah,
crossed our legs. All of us
yeah,
crossed our legs.
that was a crazy scene.
What about what was your reaction? Because you get different pieces of feedback about Art using the gun. What was it? What was your kind of take? What was your guys' take on that thing?
On the gun. So
Yeah.
I actually really liked it because I mean,
Yeah.
a killer clan, they're always like messing around with something, but just to have a straight up gun, like just pull it out, bam.
Yeah.
It catches you off guard a little bit.
Yeah.
So
For sure.
that was yeah, it was pretty crazy.
Would have been funny if it had like a little flag that came out that went bang. Minutes later. That would have been funny.
Yeah, he pulls out the gun, bang, and then all of a sudden he's like, and then takes out another gun. Oh yeah.
Do your friends treat you any different, or do they still treat you as bad as they normally would?
I mean, I feel like I have a few really good close friends. One of my best friends ever. I've been friends with him for years and years and years. Curvin, he's been my good friend, and he's very excited about this movie too. He's been supportive for all these years for everything I wanted to do. But for some friends, like I mean, I became homeschooled in 7th grade, so I kind of lost friends just from doing that. But also, I feel like some people they kind of act a little weird to me. But also, I mean, I got some more friends from the Terrifier cast and crew, so I mean that's always a plus. But
Yeah.
yeah, that's the only thing about friends. Some of them act just a little weird. Like some like I would hang out with one of my friends and they would try to act a little too cool. I'm like, I'm the same kid. I'm the same person, and nothing changed. But yeah, that's it.
Cool. So we have some from the users here. So the users. Oh my God, that's my business. So we do part of my business is user experience. So we refer to people as users. It's a good way to dehumanize everybody. From the Art the Clown Appreciation Society members. So
Clowniacs.
the Clowniacs, exactly.
Yeah.
The first one is from John Ruff. He's a great guy. He's contributing stuff on here all the time, and he has a whole series of questions, and actually some of them are actually pretty funny. So the first one is, if you were an MMA fighter, what would your walk-on music be?
I know the perfect answer for that, and that will be My War from Black Flag.
Oh, all right.
Either that or Soul Sacrifice from Power Trip. But the thing
Whoa.
with My War, though, is down, down, and it makes me want to be like, ah.
Great.
When I listen to that song, it makes me want to like punch people.
Right. Get you amped up. Get you amped up.
It gets me excited. It gets my
Yeah.
adrenaline going.
Did you use any of that walk-on music for the set to get you kind of like, jazzed up?
I actually
Part of your
listen
contract?
in between takes. Sometimes I would listen to music. I would listen to Ozzy and like sheer terror just a little bit too here and there.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's fantastic. So he's got multiple parts in this question. What is your favorite movie snack food?
Oh, I love food. I'm actually vegan, but there's my mom is one of the best cooks ever on the entire planet, and I'm very lucky. But if when it comes to snacks, popcorn is a classic, but I'm just gonna go with the good old potato chips.
Wow. All right.
That's all I need.
All right. Yeah, you can't go wrong with that, I guess, right?
Yeah, you can't go wrong with some potato chips.
Staple. Absolutely. What is your favorite memory so far with your parents?
Oh, I love going on walks with my parents. I know that's kind of basic, but I mean, when I go on a walk, I'm with them. We're outside. We're breathing in the fresh air. It makes me happy. It makes me feel peaceful. It makes me feel good to be alive. So that's definitely up there. But then I'll also mention the James Hetfield interview. That was on Mother's Day too, so it made it even more special too.
That was cool.
So
Yeah, I
meeting
watched
my
that.
idol on Mother's Day with my parents and my mother at MetLife Stadium. So that was definitely very up there.
Fantastic.
New York style or Chicago pizza?
I mean, I've been to Chicago like once or twice, and obviously, like I said before, I'm vegan now. But before I was vegan, I loved New York pizza, so I'm gonna go with New York. But
Yes.
that's probably a bias because I never had pizza in Chicago. So
New York pizza's good.
Yep.
What was your favorite gift ever given to you?
That's another good one. I'm gonna go with. This is kind of a nerdy answer, but I had a few birthdays back. I got an EC 1000 ESP guitar. and that's like the most it's the most metal guitar you can get with the EMG pickups and everything, and that was incredible. And then also just the gift of life too, just to be able, just the gift of life from my parents, just to breathe. And,
A good answer. Aw.
Yeah, sweet.
Okay, here's another question from Ellen Sessler. How did you find out about the audition, and what did you do during it that landed you the role?
That day when we found out that audition was going on, my dad sometimes scrolls through something called ATCAS, and that just has a whole list of like things that are looking for people. I'm also signed to an agent, but when it comes to Terrifier, it was through ATCAS, and we submitted. We said, "Oh my God, Terrifier, really?" And we submitted, and we said we're huge fans, and we got a response back. And the day we got a response back was the day of the Slipknot interview, which was that was a wonderful day.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's a big day, yeah.
And we did 2 self-tapes, which is a in-person, well, not in-person, it's at home videotaping, you saying the lines and stuff. And we heard back, we did it in person, and that's the very first chemistry read I did with Lauren. And she did incredible. I felt like I killed it, and we actually talked to her a lot afterwards too. And after that first in-person audition, like, oh my God, that went incredible. And then we had another self-tape, and then we had another in-person audition at the producer's house. And the night before the very final audition, this is also kind of nerdy. The night before, right before I went to bed, I was pacing around my bedroom because obviously you're very nervous for something like that. I was pacing around my bedroom, and I have a giant poster of Freddie Mercury in my bedroom. And I was pacing around, like looking at it, and I was like, "This is your role. You're Jonathan. No one's gonna take that away from you. You got this." I was hyping myself up, and then I went to bed. And then the next day, I did the audition, and they had me read some extra lines that I didn't have memorized or anything. So it went very well. And then on the car ride home, like 10 minutes later, they said, "You were cast into Terrifier 2," and we freaked the hell out. We were in the middle of the car ride home.
That's so awesome.
We called the agency, my mom, grandparents, everybody. So I mean, that was, I would say, one of the best experiences of my life.
Yeah.
How is that? How are the grandparents? Were they like, Terrifier? Maybe we should watch that and figure out what kind of movie that's it.
They're pretty cool people, so they checked it out, and they obviously for that scene.
Yeah.
Fun.
Yeah.
But that they were very excited, and got me kind of teary up, you know. So they were happy about it. So obviously,
that's awesome.
It was awesome.
This one's from Brickle. This is pretty simple, and it's actually funny. Are you scared of clowns?
I have a fear of clowns, especially Art was very scary. But yeah, I do have a fear of clowns. I have a story when I was very younger, when I was very little. We were at some sort of flea market, and there was like this truck with like a slide and stuff. And we went in. This might have been like a bad dream or something because it was so long ago. And a clown came in, and I ran out screaming and crying because it was so creepy. And ever since then, I've always had a deep, fear of clowns.
Yeah, I mean, you never know, right?
Coulrophobia, isn't that what it's called? Coulrophobia.
I don't think I have a phobia. It's just something about them scares me a little bit. I don't get overly scared, but yeah, they are very scary.
I would imagine this might have helped you with your fear a little bit, right?
Definitely did.
Literally facing your fear day after day, right?
And it's funny. And
but you know, David in there, and he's not scary.
And it's very funny because in between takes, Dave is such a sweetheart, and he's always making funny jokes and stuff, like fart jokes, and he's making sure I'm okay. It's so funny because then I see that Dave, and then I see Art the Clown head on. So it's like, it's very crazy.
Okay, this is from Abel. I'm not sure his last name. No do Yuna. He's a big fan of your channel, and he has 2 questions. Without giving away any spoilers, what was your favorite scene to shoot?
Oh, that's a good question. I would say the last set of filming for me. We were at the Fright Factory, and I just gotta say, incredible visuals, and the acting was incredible, and I was working with a lot of amazing people. So that's the most I can say.
Awesome. And what do you think Art the Clown's favorite band would be?
Because he's a clown, I'm gonna say Primus. I feel like that. I feel like that suits him very well. It's very crazy. So I feel like
That's a
that
good
suits Art.
Yeah.
I feel like that suits Art perfectly.
Yeah.
Good pull for sure. This one's from Heather McAdoo. So being a huge metal fan, so that's another thing I think is a big big thing that we share on ATCAS. Everybody seems to be metal fans, which is great. This is going to be the toughest question I think you'll face. Who is your favorite band? That's the one.
You think I can like? You think I can like? Is it just strictly metal bands? I'll just list a few.
Well, she likes metal, but yeah, you can list whatever you want.
I'll start off with metal bands. 3 hours later.
Right. Yeah, no.
I would say Metallica, Death, Megadeth, Black Sabbath, Ozzy, and then when I also love jazz too. So like Sonny Rollins, John Coltrane.
Sure.
And then punk, of course, like I mentioned earlier, Black Flag, Bad Brains, The Damned, Misfits, plenty of amazing bands. Slayer, I mean, that's not punk, that's metal. but yeah, and then also I'm a huge Radiohead and Elliott Smith fan too, so that type of genre I love as well. And I was actually named after Elliott Smith. So too.
That's fantastic. Yeah, great.
This one's from Michael Levy. What's your thoughts on the song "Hands Up, Baby, Hands Up"?
That's a song. The backstory behind that song, if you don't know, it was late at night at one of the filming. It was at a crazy hour, and we were all very delirious, and we were all dancing together. And someone filmed it and put that song behind it, and it was perfect. That's all I have to say. It was perfection.
That Michael Levy is a problem in the group. Sometimes we have to, we're always having trouble with him. So this one's from Vanessa Windish. What's your favorite Misfits song, and what was Doyle like when you interviewed him?
That's another hard one. Misfits have a lot of incredible songs, but recently, Earth AD, and then you go, and it gets me, but Doyle was such a sweetheart when I interviewed him, and he continued to be a sweetheart afterwards too. He's one of the coolest ghouls monsters ever. And it's pretty surreal. He even sent me like a care package with like a Doyle figure and everything. And that was like, oh my God.
That is super cool.
Yeah.
It's always great when they end up being really nice in person and not like a total jerk.
Yeah, he was a complete opposite. Very friendly, very kind, very incredible.
Nice.
Yes, and I see someone commented he's vegan too. Yes, he's vegan too.
Okay, here's one from Carla Benson. Who is the funniest crew member to work with on set, or at least your top 2 or 3?
Okay, so there is a lot of humor on Terrifier crew, and that's very good. It lightens the mood up a lot, makes me feel happy, and I would say I'm gonna do top 2. Dave, of course, because he's such a sweetheart. He supported me, and he's always doing hilarious jokes, fart jokes. Like it's awesome. And then also I would say Damien, like I mentioned before, because he doesn't try to be funny. He just is. Yeah, he just is funny. So like I said earlier, like a random time at night, he's like delirious. He's doing makeup. But then also, he has one of the most contagious laughs ever. Like whenever he laughs, it makes me feel good. Like, it makes me feel happy. And he almost turns into like a wolf man when he laughs. And he's like, and this is, so I would say top two, Damien and David. But there is a lot of funny people on set.
Yeah, great people for sure. So this is from Robert Long. He says, I know you can't give anything away about Terrifier 2. That being said, please go through the movie scene by scene and give us every spoiler, and he won't tell anybody.
All right, yeah. As long as you don't tell anybody.
No. This is just the three of us actually just talking.
Oh.
Nobody can really. Nobody.
We're offline now. You can just tell us.
Okay. No.
I did pick up a cool question. I picked up a cool question from the group. I can't see who it is because on our side we can't see the users necessarily, but it says, I have a legit question for Elliott. You obviously committed to the role beautifully and worked really hard every day you were on set. What did you do to mentally prepare for each scene or for each shoot day? And or did you draw from any emotions or real life experiences?
Yes, I did. I did draw emotions from real life experiences. That always helps when it comes to acting. And so what was the other part of the question? My brain just flooded.
What did you do to prepare
Yes.
each day?
Well, to stay calm, I just listen to music. Music always is something that makes me feel calm because I get very nervous before things. I'm nervous all the time, especially those like first days filming. I was so nervous. But definitely music. Whenever depends on what mood I'm feeling. If it's when it comes to like when I just want to calm myself down from nervousness, I'll listen to Elliott Smith, Radiohead, Nick Drake. But when I want to get myself hyped up, Black Flag, Bad Brains, Metallica, Death, Slayer. But I'm trying to think of what else. What else helps me prepare?
You don't seem nervous.
I don't seem nervous.
No,
But I'm telling you, I get nervous. I get very, very nervous, like bad nervousness. So,
Carrie, what did you do to prepare for your shoot day?
Oh my God. I was nervous. Oh my God. I having the camera on you and they're like yelling at you and you're just like, ah.
yeah, and I've been doing auditions for so many auditions, so many rejections. So why mess up now? I've done like at least over like 230 auditions. Been doing them since like 6th grade. 95% of them, 98% of them have all been denied.
Yeah.
There's a lot of rejections, but that's what life is. You got to keep moving on, and
it was paving the way for this one.
Yeah, go with the flow.
Absolutely. For every door that closes and your face two opens. So, and I'm sure David could share that. I did the best actors in the world go through that. Where they just audition. I mean, the Leo DiCaprios have been turned down for things. The best actors and actresses have been turned down for things. But it's a really fun process. Tell us a little bit about the competitions maybe that happened on the set between you and David or other cast members.
I actually wasn't too competitive with anybody. I was rooting for my fellow actors. I didn't see too much competition. I just saw everybody killing it.
Well, we heard you had a specific. I think I was referring to the specific competition that David and you had that involved maybe sounds or bodily or things like that.
So like farts.
Because he mentioned it.
Like farts, basically.
He mentioned it and said that he was pretty much the best at it, and that you had no chance. So I don't know if that was your experience.
I'm sorry, but he's wrong. I'm the best fart. I call myself a fartista, a fartist. And I'm sure, and he's missed a few very great farts that I've done. So I mean,
You can fart on command, is that it? You can pretty much fart on command.
but I have to say though, his farts. I mean, it gets very nasty.
Is it the bouquet, or is it the sound? Like, what are you guys what are you angling for in the competition? Or is it a combination of both?
I feel like it's the whole thing. I
The whole
mean, it's the whole package when it comes to
Mm.
smell, the sound.
The range.
Yeah.
Right.
one time, this was one of the earlier shoots. I had a fart very bad, and we were filming in this area, and I went into the staircase area and farted because I didn't want anyone hearing me. And it went the complete opposite way. It just farted and echoed throughout like the entire place, and it was like the worst. But it was the worst / the best though. So
Did anybody else try to jump in, like Michael or Jason or
there was
Phil, or anybody else
I don't quite remember, but there was a few. I think.
trying to get in there?
I feel, but no one can compete with me and Dave though.
Right.
So.
Was there a particular? No, I'm going to harp on this subject just for a few more minutes, but was there a particular meal that you found that worked better, or because you do have to really prepare for these things?
Yeah, I mean, I'm vegan, so I'm eating a lot of vegetables,
sure,
beans. It's perfect.
Yeah, that's fantastic. That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, well, again, thanks for jumping on with us. I don't know, Carrie, if you had anything else.
I just wanted to say that your parents seem really, really cool. Like most parents are putting their kids in pageants and soccer practice, and yours let you get drenched in blood and fight off killer clowns. So that's pretty cool.
That's pretty.
Yeah.
That's pretty metal.
I'm very lucky to have my parents because they are incredible. Like you said, they let me do literally whatever my heart desires when it comes to career and stuff. So
that's awesome.
Huge props to them. I wouldn't be where I am right now if I didn't have my mom
Literally.
and my dad.
Yeah.
Literally and also literally and also
figuratively.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, I mean, again, and I thank you. We thank you for your time, and we thank your parents as well. And obviously, you look around, and I mean, you have fans everywhere. Obviously, on ATCAS, but even the crew themselves, Damien and David. I mean, Lauren. They all speak super highly of you everywhere they go. So, I think that says a lot about you as well. So,
Can't wait for the movie to come out.
Me too.
I know.
Thank you so much once again for having me here.
Yeah.
Yeah, no problem.
Absolutely. All right. Thanks.
Thank
Bye.
You. All right. We'll talk soon.
Yeah.